Hey everyone, it's sabyloves. Today we'll be making toasted kaya bread. This is a very popular breakfast item in Singapore and many other Southeast Asian countries. Kaya is basically something like a coconut jam, and when put together with the soft cold butter and the warm crispy toast, it is glorious and you need to try it if you ever get a chance. So we're just gonna get started with the tutorial. I'm gonna take a piece of tan clay and roll it into a thin sheet of clay. Roll it to about the thickness you want your bread slices to be, and this was the thickness that I chose, which I found was the best. So I'm gonna take an X-Acto knife now and cut out 2 slices of bread. You can cut out more if you want to make more toasts. So just cut out a rough shape. You don't need to be really perfect with this because most of the kaya toasts are not really perfect at all. Now we're gonna go in for the hard part, texturing. You're gonna pick up your slices of bread with a really thin blade and slowly texture the edges of the bread. It takes a really long time, so you need to be extremely patient, and I know this because I textured 4 slices of bread. So just take a needle tool and go around the bread and press down the edges of the bread because it will puff up a little bit after texturizing. Now you're gonna take a piece of sandpaper and dab it on top of the slice of bread to create a texture. You don't want to do it too much because we're going to go in with a needle tool and add more texture to the bread. The way to do this texturing is just basically do it in a circular motion towards the center of the slice of bread, so it looks more realistic and everything. You can add little bubbles like what I'm doing here because most of the toasted breads have these little bubbles that are quite prominent in the slices of bread. Now that you're done with texturing, we're gonna go in for another part, more texturing, because it was so exciting to texture all those slices of bread, wasn't it? So now we're just gonna texture the bottom of the bread. You don't need to do it too much. Now you're just gonna do the edges because it's not gonna be seen since it's gonna be between the toast and stuff. So we're gonna take some chalk pastel here. I'm taking some light brown and just doing all these little scorch marks on the toast of bread because these are actually quite prominent on the actual toasted kaya breads as well. Now we're gonna go in with a darker brown and we're gonna overlap on top of the light brown scorch marks so that it's more prominent. After doing so, you're gonna add some little burned parts at the edges or just randomly around the bread because these are also the little imperfections which will make your toast look more realistic. Now we're gonna move in for a less tedious part. We're gonna make the actual kaya spread. We're gonna take some translucent liquid Sculpey, and here I'm putting it on a Tupperware case, and I'm gonna scrape some light green soft pastel into the translucent liquid Sculpey and just mix it all together. Now we're gonna take some brown acrylic paint and just add a little dab into the kaya spread and mix it all together. Because kaya spread has this little dullness to it, it's not exactly bright green, so that's what I'm doing here to kind of get that color of actual kaya spread. And here I'm using some translucent liquid Sculpey to make it a little more translucent, and some translucent polymer clay because I feel like that adds a little bit more texture to the kaya spread since kaya spread isn't exactly smooth or anything. So I'm taking the back of my needle tool to crush and mix it all together to get a nice texture, something like that. So I'm taking some light yellow clay and rolling it into a thin sheet of clay. This is to make the butter inside the bread. I'm gonna cut out 2 sticks of butter and here just kind of measuring it with the toasted bread to see how big it's gonna be. This is actually something I really like in the toasted bread. It just tastes really nice with the warm toast and everything. So here I am regretting not baking the toast beforehand. So I actually encourage you guys to bake the toast before you spread the kaya so it's more easier to handle. So after much difficulty, I managed to spread the kaya bread, and here I'm gonna just place the 2 little sticks of butter into the kaya spread and put it all together. Now here you can go in with your needle tool and adjust the position of the butter so that it looks nice on the outside, and you can remove some excess kaya if you think it's a little bit too much. and just bake it according to your polymer clay instructions, and ta-da! Here you have your toasted kaya bread. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video, and yeah. Team 1 is sabyloves. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more of my videos, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Also, I'm really sorry for being away for the past month or so. I was actually busy with my O-levels and now it's finally over, and I will be uploading videos on a more consistent pace now. I'll try to upload a video once every week if I can manage, and if I am really that free, I'll upload twice every week. If you have any interesting video ideas, be sure to leave them down in the comment box below, and I'll be sure to read them and reply to as many comments as I can. Also, if you want to see more of me, be sure to follow me on my Twitter, Instagram, and Tumblr, and also like me on Facebook. I am more active on Twitter and Instagram though. I mostly am active on Tumblr at 2 AM when you're in bed and you're like scrolling through your phone. Yeah, that's when I'm most active on Tumblr. But otherwise, I'm most active on Instagram and Twitter, so be sure to follow me there. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching again. I'll see you guys soon, probably next week or so. Yeah. Thanks guys, bye! If I can. Also, can you hear that?